Greetings. Twitch fans. This is Jim Porter Casey biking the East Coast Greenway from the Canadian border in Maine to Key West, Florida. Today, I'm just now on the way out of Brunswick, Georgia, and I saw a humdinger bridge up ahead, and I said, well, we love to get the humdinger bridges. So here we go. I actually wasn't going to do the live today. There's been a lot of extraneous things to deal with this morning, and weather's a little iffy. And this GoPro battery is also a little sketchy. So we'll go up for an hour, or when the battery goes dead, or when I think it's time to stop. But at least we'll get across the Humdinger Bridge. They have called on spotty showers this afternoon, and it's still not out of the question, but I think there's been enough high pressure to lift the cloud deck. So in my experience, it's at the point where it's probably not going to rain, or if it does, it'll be just a sprinkle. Based on what I'm seeing. I noticed today that Louisiana is trying to kick the homeless people out. Boy, I tell you what, that's cold-hearted to close down a homeless camp. So idol worshipers can fill a stadium. And chase a football around. Or was it the Taylor Swift concert? Whatever it is going on in Louisiana, they giving them hell. They trying to sweep away their belongings. It ain't right. Most of those people have challenges that are not unto their own fault, and just making a spectacle out of it's really not the right thing to do. I suppose it raises awareness in its own way, but you really do hurt some people when they do things like that. And you know, the bottom line is homelessness is not a crime. And whether they sit in the judge's courtroom or not, hell yeah, open the courtroom up. Let them go in the courtroom and sit in there overnight. Why not? You know, that kind of comment begs the point. They're inappropriate places that are at least quasi-appropriate, or at least they ought to be designating places. And one thing that prompted me to go ahead and give my editorial comment on that is that passing through Brunswick today, I saw a tiny home community that apparently went up last year or a year and a half or two ago, called the Grove. And they've got 60 tiny homes in a gated community. The homes are think it said 160 or so square feet. Roughly speaking, that's like 12 by 20 or something, I'd say. That's a fairly decent size. And I was passing so fast I didn't take a picture, but it can be found online. But they're gonna fill those up with homeless community and get them their basic needs and try to offer retraining. And that's all well and good at face value, but you know, that's the kind of thing I'm more or less what I advocated for. You know, you got Arnold Schwarzenegger out there providing sardine cans, and that's really unconscionable. So anyway, those are not acceptable, what he's done out there. This was an acceptable alternative as long as it's not compulsory and as long as it fits the needs of the people who are using it. You know, I personally would not want to be in a gated community where visitors have to check in and with the surveillance, but that's the way it is in some of these places. So, but there again, there are some people who will appreciate those caveats, and that's just fine and good for those people. But as I say, if it becomes false imprisonment, which is what they try to do with a lot of the homeless population anyway, so that ain't right neither. My perspective is, always has been, homelessness is an organized crime anyway. And when it's a part of somebody's business plan, knock out the bottom, then there's something morally and ethically wrong with that to begin with. And if there are people there with intellectual challenges or physical challenges, which is more often the case than, you know, drug addicted drunkards, those stereotypes are just not true. Then they should be getting benefits on some level to get them into housing anyway. And to the extent that people can get them in their retraining jobs. They can't get them a job. USCCC is the big population. And I'm going to try to very quickly pull the camera off so I can show you this big old boat coming by. I don't think that's a cruise ship. I'd say it's a tanker vessel of some kind. And she must be empty given by the lack of draft. But she's sitting high in the water, that's for sure. It is kind of a nice scene. She's gonna go under the Humdinger Bridge right there, see? There she goes, the NYK. You can see the ominous clouds in the background that threaten a little rain this afternoon. It's not over yet. And I'm down to 1% on my battery on this GoPro. That means we got anywhere from a minute to 10 or 15 minutes at the most. When the GoPro goes, the light will be over for today. I'm not going to try to put another battery in it. I've got them, but I really hadn't intended to go live today. So anyhow, we'll go for another 1%'s worth. We get most of the Humdinger Bridge. At least we get started up the Humdinger Bridge. Get that over. I've never been to the San Francisco Golden Gate Bridge. This, of course, is a similar construction, a suspension bridge. I assume it's probably not as long. It's only got 2 sets of suspension spires, whereas I believe the Golden Gate's got 3. Correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe not. Yeah, these long slopes wear me out. Not that steep really, but you kind of get spoiled staying along the coast. It's mostly flat. Which is what makes the East Coast Greenway such a delightful trip today. What a wonderful idea. Got some rough spots to smooth out. And it won't just be a greenway, but to the extent that it is a greenway, that's great, even better. But then it'll also be a, it already is, an interstate bike route. You can get some federal money into these states that need it to finish cleaning up the routes. And my headwinds come right at me, not only am I going up here. Pretty nice day in spite of the potential for some rain. Temperature's good, a little warm, a little breezy. That's my sign office. I know this is not what I was supposed to. Hey, look, we got some great reflections and highlights from the Humdinger Bridge. I'll get down to the other side before she ends. GoPro is not going to last much longer, so we're going to stop and go ahead and shut it down. All right, there we are. Let's see here. There I am, that's me. All right. We'll see you next time. I didn't get it turned off. Here, we're gonna get it turned off.